at the end of the day, I know people complain about the algorithm all the time. How many of y'all are absolutely sick of the algorithm? Right, but the algorithm is gonna change. We can either choose to complain about it or you can choose to create content. So when you complaining about the algorithm, what if the problem really is you? How dare you say this all the time to my clients, that there are people that are desperately waiting on you to do what you've been called to do. There are people that go to sleep at night with tears in their eyes and they have problems that you are the solution to. And you have the nerve to look at your phone and say, oh, I need to lose 10 more pounds, I'm not gonna post that. You have the, yes, ouch, you have the nerve to look at that phone and say, you know what, this isn't good enough, or my house isn't aesthetic. When you're focusing so much on yourself, you're making yourself the center of attention. All right. What's up, TSP? I am so excited and honored to be here tonight, and I'm big on energy, so I know it's late. I landed in Chicago from London this Monday, okay? Then I came to Atlanta on Tuesday, and I'm here on this stage today. So I need y'all to keep the energy up in the room for me, all right? Everybody, man, hey. Yes, so I honestly would not have missed this for the world. I'm so honored to be here. I always love to give honor to God because my life would be nothing without him. And so literally, I'm sitting here as I was preparing for my time here today, because we're gonna talk about content that converts, how to create compelling marketing content that generates leads and boosts sales. But as I was preparing for my session, all I could think about is how I left London this past weekend by hosting a summit for Black Christian women entrepreneurs. And it would not have been possible without the power of social media. The fact that I am a girl from the south side of Chicago, and there are women and people that not only know my name in London, but know my brand enough to where they're willing to spend money and get in the room with me in another country. And so I just want to remind y'all, yes, I want to remind y'all of the power of social media and the fact that there are people that are paying attention to you that are literally across the globe, all right? So where are my seven-figure business owners at in the room? Woo, woo, woo. All right, so I believe that you should respond in the way in which you want to become. So I want to know where my 7, 8, 9-figure business owners at. But here's my thing. I need y'all to act like it's already yours. So I'm going to ask y'all one more time. Where my 7, 8, and 9-figure business owners at? I know that's right. Okay? So I need y'all to keep that same energy all night long, all right? So I know y'all said y'all 7, 8, 9-figure business owners, and how many of us want to make money online? Listen, y'all sound real excited. But if y'all know, y'all know. I love love, but I'm a tough love girly, okay? So I might step on some toes, and if you hear anything that, you know, get on your nerves a little bit, just say ouch, ouch, okay? All right, so how many of y'all have content in your phone, whether it is a photo or a video that you haven't posted yet? But you want to make money online? Ouch, right? Now let's talk about why y'all not posting. Huh? Perfectionism, what else? Huh? Fear of judgment. Don't know what to say. No time. It's too much, right? Listen, there are so many reasons why we sit on our phone and have content and we don't post it. But one of the funny things is, y'all remember when everybody was on Reels and Instagram dancing all the time? I was one of those people that had to embarrass myself on the internet dancing. And it wasn't like I was dancing for likes, but sometimes you gotta do the uncomfortable in order to figure out what's gonna work. And so for me, I was dancing until I realized I didn't have to dance no more. Okay? I said, oh, I can make it simple. So I'm gonna share with y'all some tips and strategies to make it super simple for you to create content. And so, at the end of the day, I know people complain about the algorithm all the time. How many of y'all are absolutely sick of the algorithm? Right, but the algorithm is gonna change. We can either choose to complain about it or you can choose to create content. So when you complaining about the algorithm, what if the problem really is you? How dare you? Now, I say this all the time to my clients, that there are people that are desperately waiting on you to do what you've been called to do. There are people that go to sleep at night with tears in their eyes and they have problems that you are the solution to. And you have the nerve to look at your phone and say, oh, I need to lose 10 more pounds, I'm not gonna post that. You have the, yes, ouch, you have the nerve to look at that phone and say, you know what, this isn't good enough, or my house isn't aesthetic. When you're focusing so much on yourself and you're making yourself the center of attention. And your marketing should be about what? It's all about your who? Your audience, right? So we in the right room. So the moment that you're overthinking your content, how many of y'all overthink y'all content? Okay, now, I also want y'all to raise your hand. How many of y'all are guilty? I'm raising my hand too. How many of y'all are guilty of comparing yourself and your numbers on social media to other people? Right? Even that, we're getting lost in the wrong things. We're getting lost in the fact that we're getting focused on ourselves and we're forgetting that there are people that literally need what you have to offer. All right, so we're gonna talk about audience size. How many of y'all feel like if I could just have 10,000 followers or 100,000 followers on social media or more followers, I could just make more money? How many feel like if they had more followers on social media, they could make more money? All right? What if I told you that if you're not making money with your current audience, having new followers isn't gonna magically make you more money? If you have not mastered the art of making money with the people that are paying you attention, there's no point of getting new followers. Nugget, all right, listen. So my first, this is when I launched a new coaching program. This was one of my first 5-figure launches. And I'll never forget, it was in 2020, I had 4 clients that paid me. I had about 12,000 followers on social media. I had an email list of people that I had never emailed. I never ran any social media ads. And it took 4 clients that paid me $31,000. One client paid me $7,500. Another 2 clients paid me $6,500. And a 4th client paid me $10,500. How many people is that? 4, all right? So that's 4 people. How many of us have 4 people in our audience? And I was gonna say this later in my talk, but I really feel like I need to lean into this. Some of y'all aren't getting paid what you wanna get paid because you're not raising your prices. If your product is $100 and you get 4 clients, that's gonna give you $400. Now, how many adult bills is that gonna pay? No, I'm for real. Barely any, okay? So I say all that to say that don't get so caught up in the numbers, get caught up in creating the right content. All right, so we're gonna talk about how to attract and convert clients as well as content ideas that you can post right now. All right, so you guys heard my bio, all of the amazing things, but one of the things I want to lean into is the story of how I ended up in Essence magazine. So probably from 2020 until now, I've been very consistent creating content on social media. And I wanted to go to Essence Fest. I have a big dream of speaking on Essence Fest stage, and that was like on my dream board. So I'm like, all right, cool. I couldn't go to Essence Fest that year, so it was 2022, couldn't go to that event, but Essence had an event that was leading up to Essence Fest in Chicago, so I was like, all right, let me go. Now, I had told all my friends about this event. I'm like, hey, y'all should come with me. Long story short, everybody canceled on me at the last minute, and I had to decide whether or not I was gonna go by myself. Where are my introverts at? Okay, baby, I am an introvert. I know I can get on a stage and talk in front of people, but when it comes to being in a room with people and, trying to do the social, get past my social awkwardness, it can be weird. So I was just like, I don't know if I want to go by myself. I ended up going and pressing past my fear, going to this event. I get in the room, I see this content creator, and she's an incredible content creator who does thrifting, and she does fashion, and y'all can tell I'm a fashion girly, so I care a lot about fashion, and we started having this conversation. As me and her are talking, literally, some lady comes and taps us on the shoulder. She's over here gassing me up to this other lady. So I didn't know who this woman was. She's like, oh, you don't know Candace? Candace is amazing. She does this, 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 this. She's telling her my whole life story. Y'all, I don't know who this lady is. I had no idea. And she's like, hey, you don't know me, but I know you, and I work for Essence. I said, oh, baby. All right, me creating content on social media is doing something. And so here she was able to articulate my whole life story and what I share online because I share it, and I'm not afraid to share it. And so literally, I ended up getting this woman's contact information, and a month later, she ends up calling me, and she's like, hey, is there any way you can get to Atlanta next week? And she tells me that I was getting placed in did a partnership campaign with Smartwater and Essence. They had picked 3 coaches to basically be a part of this campaign that they wanted to do, but they felt like, something's missing. And you don't gotta believe what I believe, but my Bible tells me that your gifts will make room for you and bring you before great men. And so they literally were like, hey, we felt like something was missing, and they created an opportunity for me. They literally created an opportunity for me to talk about how to make money with your gifts. And that's what I do every single day, day in and day out. And so literally, not only was I featured in Essence magazine, not only was I creating content for the brand, but I also I ended up being featured in the cover with Hallie and Chloe on the cover. I also they ran the ad again, and they ran it in where Lori Harvey was in the cover. And one of the things I kept thinking about is, what if I never showed up online? The fact that I showed up consistently, that opened up the room, and for me to not just make money from my content, but also there were people that were paying attention and brands that wanted to connect with me. All right? And let me tell y'all this. This is the last thing I'm going to say. Because, y'all, my Bible tells me, listen, I love the Lord, so we're going to talk about him. So Ephesians 3:20 basically says that he can do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask, think, or imagine. Here I was writing down on my piece of paper, Essence, thinking I just wanted to speak or just didn't put any definition around it. I got paid 5 figures to be in Essence magazine. So some of y'all are dreaming too small. God used to tell me that I was dreaming too small about the vision that he gave me for my life. I was thinking about women that looked like me in the country that I lived in. I didn't think that God would use social media to bring me into other nations like Africa and the UK. So some of y'all are dreaming a little bit too small, and I want y'all to look into your social media insights after this. Look and see who's following you. There are people that are following you from countries that are not the US. All right, so I run this brand called Epic Fab Girl. We help Christian women entrepreneurs market and scale their service-based businesses to 6 figures and beyond. I am no foreigner to struggle. I quit my 6-figure job in 2017 and just knew I was going to build a 6-figure business the next year. That did not happen. I was putting my all into my businesses, and literally what ended up happening was I ended up getting my car repossessed October 2019, ended up getting a knock on my door December 26, 2019, the day after Christmas. I ended up getting a knock on my door and being served foreclosure papers, chasing a dream. But it's something different about chasing a dream that God gave you versus a dream that you just wanted to do on your own. And for me, I remember being like, okay, well, if I know I'm called to make millions, why is my bank account negative? Like, it's not, the math ain't mathin' literally. And that was when I realized that I was choosing to be broke because I was choosing not to raise my prices. I was giving away my consulting services for little to nothing. So I remember I did a sale around that time where I was like, oh, I'll do, $100 sessions, one-on-one. And I got 11 people. I think I did $60 sessions. I got 11 people, made $660. If I were to sell my private coaching program today, if I got 11 people in my private coaching program, it would be $330,000. That's how much money I was leaving on the table. There's a lot of money that you're leaving on the table by not raising your prices. So yeah, you can learn all the stuff about creating content on social media, but your business isn't gonna be as profitable if you're not being willing to raise your prices. So between 2021 and 2022, my businesses made almost $400,000, and then in 2023, my business made $400,000 by the grace of God. And a lot of this is from creating content on social media. So if you've ever heard of a marketing funnel is just the way in which people buy from you, right? And the place where it starts is in attraction. That's where social media comes into play. People want to be attracted. You want to attract people to your brand, to your services, to eventually purchase from you and advocate for you. And so your social media is just bringing people into this funnel. So what I'm going to teach you is literally one of the secrets behind how when my company runs ads, we get very low cost per lead. So even right now, as y'all can see, there's a ad that we ran that was 65 cents per lead. Right now we have an ad currently running. We run the play again and again and again. We put gas on it, but right now we have an ad that's running for about $1 right now. And so I say all this to say that pay attention because what I'm about to tell you is going to help you with that. So number one, you got to research your audience. Now, when people say target market research or market research, it's important to not just research your, go online and start researching folks. What you want to do is you want to research the people that are already paying attention to you. So when you research the people that are already paying attention to you, you can do that in either interviews, you can do that in focus groups, you can do that in surveys. Now, the key is once you get all of that information from your audience, you want to take that data and incorporate it into your messaging. So let's say if you help busy moms learn how to create ease in their schedule, right? If that's what you do and they're always like, I'm so busy, I've got too much to do. If that's what they're saying, create a video that is like, hey, you feel like you got too much to do. Here are 3 hacks to get more work done. So you're basically using the exact words that your audience is saying that their problems are and incorporating that into your marketing. And so when you're doing that, you can incorporate your marketing messaging in so many different places. It's not just in social media, but you can do it in your podcasting, all of this stuff, because content is content. It doesn't matter where it's getting posted. Content is going to be the thing that draws people into what you're doing. So let's talk about social media content. You need to show up consistently. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, a lot of y'all in this room already know what y'all need to do. Like y'all know what to do, y'all just not doing it. So a lot of this is gonna be reinforcement, okay? Because you gotta show up consistently, but then y'all be like, well, I can't post every day. Then don't post every day, post 3 times a week. Like, do whatever you can stick to, okay? Do whatever feels simple for you so that it's not overwhelming. Show up consistently, show up authentically, and share your story, right? Can somebody tell me a part of Tabitha Brown's story? She's a vegan. All right, exactly. So we can tell people's story very clearly and easily because they're showing up and sharing parts of their story and being themselves. So in that same way, you need to do the same thing. Now, I'm gonna share with you my triple E content method. And these are 3 things that need to be elements of what you ever post online. So the first thing is it needs to excite, okay? So it needs to be exciting. Now, y'all know all the reasons why people get excited on the internet these days. Somebody engaged, somebody got a baby, you get a new haircut. People get excited about the little things. You got some new shoes. You got an award. You get an award for the TSP stage. Share that stuff. You get a new client. A lot of times there's opportunities for you to share content that is exciting to your audience. So when I got featured in Essence Magazine, my excitement was, y'all, guess what? I'm featured in Essence Magazine. Some of y'all aren't even excited about your own stuff, and then you want other people to be excited for you. So show up, be excited, and share it from a place of like authenticity. The second piece is to educate. This is huge. How many, like if you look in your phone on Instagram or any social media platform, you've probably saved a lot of content. I can bet you that 90% of that content is educational. So you're gonna come back to it later and you want people to see you as an expert in whatever area or industry that you're in. And so one of the ways to do education, so this was a simple thing that I did, 5 simple ideas to create content without taking too much energy. Now, education doesn't have to be that complex. It can just be simple tips. It can be one tip. It doesn't have to be that much. So, excite, educate, and entertain. A lot of y'all in this room, how many of y'all think y'all funny? Y'all, a lot of y'all are probably really funny, and your audience doesn't even know that you're funny. Because you're over here scared to show up online. Bring your personality online. Crack the jokes that you crack with your friends. So bring your personality and entertain people. And entertainment doesn't always have to be funny, but it can be a lot of different things. So one of the things I told y'all, I'd be dancing on the internet. Now I don't have to dance anymore, child. I sound like a stripper, ex-stripper. I don't gotta dance no more. But 3 passive income tips for business, and so it's like I'm sharing this, but I'm looking excited, and I'm entertaining and keeping people engaged. All right, so if you're ever stuck with not knowing what to post, here are some great ways. Frequently asked questions. If people are asking you the same questions all the time, that is a perfect thing for you to create content around. So I usually have a note in my phone where it has a running list of questions that people ask all the time. So these questions could be like, well, what is it that you really do? Or how does what you do help me? Or how do I use this? Like those are the questions. If your audience, if you're getting emails in your, to your customer service and people asking the same questions, start creating content around those frequently asked questions. Info and education, also how this particularly helps them, right? So you want to be open and honest about, hey, this is how this is going to benefit your life. So let's say, how many of y'all, where's Team iPhones in the room? Why people always get so excited? Okay, anywho, iPhones, where my Androids at? You know, it's okay. Okay, I don't know what they put in the airwaves for y'all, but when someone's marketing a phone to you, they're not talking about the circuit board that's inside the phone that's functioning, right? They're not talking about the piece of glass that may break when you drop it. They're not talking about that. They're talking about what can you do with it, right? They're talking about the new features, how it's gonna change your life, right? And even if you think about McDonald's, right? When they're marketing something, they're marketing a lifestyle, right? What is McDonald's slogan? I'm loving it, right? That don't got nothing to do with food. It just is like, hey, I'm loving it. I'm loving life, right? And so I say all that to say that you want to think about the benefits and not just the features of whatever it is that you're doing. And then trends and current events. So one of the major ways to hop on trends is like award shows or things that are happening in culture and finding a way to make it relatable to your audience. So we're gonna talk about 4 content ideas that you can literally post right now. And I literally wanna end this very soon so that y'all can ask questions on the mic. But first thing is film a time-lapse video of you working and share a key tip. So do y'all know what a time-lapse video is? No, okay. So that's just a video that is gonna be sped up. Like if you're filming yourself, it's a sped up video of you over time. So if you have an iPhone, you can literally swipe over on your camera and it'll have an option for time lapse. You can set up your phone, you can be working on your laptop, and as you're working, you can just film yourself working. And it doesn't have to be anything, crazy. You can do this, you can film yourself cleaning up. You can film yourself doing whatever you want to do, but it doesn't, I want you to film yourself in your daily life. I hope that makes sense. Y'all don't have to leave your house to film good content. And then you can share a key tip on top of that. 2 is to turn part of an old caption into a shareable quote. So let's say you wrote a caption before and people are like, oh, I love this. Take a part of that caption and put it on a quote and repost it. A lot of you guys are sitting on stuff that you've already done that are gold mines of information, but you aren't positioning it in a way where people can, where you can repurpose it and it still benefit people. The third thing is to record a video of you walking. One of the things that you'll see if you go to my social media, I love to get a video of me walking down the street. How many of y'all be having date night with your boo? How many of y'all be going to brunch with your friends? How many of y'all be doing fun stuff on the weekends where you get nice, go to church? Look, y'all don't be doing nothing, y'all don't go outside. Y'all like, I need y'all to have hobbies more than just your business, but are y'all going outside? Okay, so when you are outside and you look good, take some selfies, get some videos, get some content. You don't have to have a full-blown photo shoot just to be able to create content. Y'all hear me? Yes. All right, cool. And then 4 is to post a video you already have in your phone and add trending sound. So y'all already told me y'all have videos in your phone. Use those videos and create trending sound or add sounds to it that are relevant right now. So if you're wanting to create content, if you want to create content, generate leads, boost sales, the key is to give people a call to action. And a call to action is just telling them what you want them to do next. So in order to generate leads, you need to send them to a freebie or a lead magnet. So you need to be sending them. I know you guys have downloaded somebody's free recipe book or somebody's free something, right? Give them something free that's gonna help grow your email list. We've grown our email list to over 20,000 people globally, and we've been able to do that because when our content goes viral, there's a call to action that says, hey, we've got something free for you, sign up. The next thing is if you want to generate sales, you want to send them to like an offer or a landing page, or you want to send them to like booking a call, whatever your sales flow and your sales process is. But when it comes to leads, it's always something free. But if it's an offer or if you want to make sales, it's going to be an offer or a landing page. All right? So here's the key. You need to research your audience, perfect your messaging, and convert with your content, okay? So here's my final reminder to y'all, and I'm gonna answer, I feel like I have time for like 2 questions, but I'm letting y'all got the picture? All right. Okay, cool. All right. I wanna tell y'all that there are people desperately waiting on you to do what God has called you to do. I said this when we started, but people are literally waiting on you to show up. You don't know how many people, literally, I'll tell you all this one example. I had this event over the weekend in London. I had a client that reached out to me, or a client who she does interior design. There's another young lady, because I hosted this event in London, there's another young lady that was like, hey, I've been trying to connect with vendors. She says she has an appliance company. She's been trying to connect with interior designers in the US. Literally, by me showing up online, it allowed for 2 women across the globe for me to connect them in an Instagram message so that they can connect and do business. So your yes is linked to somebody's breakthrough. So I got time for like 2 questions, but I want to remind y'all that literally, I don't want y'all to sleep on yourselves, your gifts, your calling, your anointing, because literally you were created for such a time as this. Thank you.
Hey everybody, hey Candace, girl, like I said, you are my inspiration. My name is Kelsey. I'm a social media consultant, doing some of the things that you mentioned, helping people spend less time on social media. My thing is I attract a lot of women entrepreneurs who are working full time, don't have time to create their content, but I'm often prejudged because I'm an expert, but my followers don't reflect that. But what I do makes sense, it works, and it produces results. So how can I overcome that challenge when I get corporate clients that don't look at stuff like that to appeal to work with the people that I really want to work with?
Well, are the corporate clients paying you?
Yeah, I desire to work with entrepreneurs, but yeah, the corporate clients are definitely paying me.
I say focus on the corporate clients. I say stay where the money at. But if you really desire to, work with women and stuff like that, you're gonna have to break it down and make it easy for them. Like, make it so easy for them, because a lot of people make time for what they wanna make time for. They binge watch Bridgerton. Right. Like, if you binge watch Bridgerton but can't post one video, like, your priorities are messed up.
Right.
Like, all right, thank you, great question.
Thank you.
Hey Candace,
Hey.
I'm Dr. LaFera. I'm a physician and founder of Your Doctor Advocate, and I help women over 40 to heal naturally and rejuvenate through juicing, self-love, and health advocacy. My question is, where do you find, so you were talking about entertainment. So one of the things that I have a challenge with is where to go to find content that connects with the women who follow me. So like some people have like these sites where they find memes and stuff like that on, and I never can like just find like this bank of sites to get that type of information from, so I can consistently post stuff like that that entertains. So you were talking about Bridgerton, so like stuff like that that's already made.
You're asking for like GIFs?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the memes
stuff
and
similar
GIFs?
to that.
Yeah, so you can create that using like Jiffy or something like that. But I say lean into your anointing. If you're not anointed to be funny, don't try to be.
Well, no, not me.
No.
So like the stuff that I'm sharing from like the other sites. So like if my audience is Black people, right? So finding stuff like that's already out that maybe they can relate to, that I can put like a little caption over, that's like already out that other people have kind of like connected with.
Yeah, I think maybe you should, I don't know. Maybe you should follow some content creators that are creating content that look the way that you want to, and just kind of maybe repurpose some of what they're doing. But I'm not a fan of like copying people. So that's why I say lean into what you're good at. It like, don't overcomplicate it and be trying to add all these memes and all this stuff if you're not even posting just regular videos on your page.
Well, I post lots of regular videos.
Okay, are they converting well?
Well, I mean,
Well, no, okay, here's my point, and this is for everybody. Pay attention to what is working and post more of that. If it's not getting good engagement, it's a sign that your content is probably bad.
Hey Candace.
Hey.
Hey TSB family. Chi-Town in the house, Gears Popcorn, Harold's Chicken.
Yes.
So my problem is not necessarily posting, but I have an absorbent amount of content on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
What is the filing system or type of process that we can organize so that, you know, you have 15,000 things on your phone, and then you're like, okay, I need to post, but now you have 10,000.
Okay, great question. So one of the things I do that's very simple, I'll go through my phone and I'll organize like videos into content that I can post in folders, so that whenever I'm like, ooh, I want to post something and I might not look cute that day, I might be in my leggings on my couch, I literally will go back to that folder and be like, hey, here's something I have to post. And if you already have a bunch of content, just organize it, and some of it, you may need to delete it because it's just taking up space.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I think my time. Who am I listening to? Okay. They said no. They told me no. I love y'all. I love to get.